The White House Chief of Staff now says that cabinet heads are being ordered to notify the administration when they can't perform duties. This comes as the Biden administration reviews its policies after learning about Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin's surprise illness and hospitalization. The Pentagon is also ordering a 30-day review of its own notification process after top officials were just basically left in the dark. Our senior Pentagon reporter, Louis Martinez, also our contributor and former DHS Assistant Secretary Elizabeth Newman, joining us for more. So Louis, clearly, the White House was upset with how this all went down. The president said he was not happy at how Austin and his team handled this. So what do you think about this move to change the notification process? Or is it just being reviewed? There was already a policy there.
Kira, there were policies in place, and right now many things are going on. You just listed a whole bunch of them. One other thing that was not listed is that while the Pentagon is undertaking its own review, the Chief of Staff here at the Pentagon, Secretary Austin's own Chief of Staff, has ordered immediate changes so that literally everybody in the chain of command at the Pentagon, whether they're here in the building, outside the building, at the combatant commands, is aware whenever a temporary transfer of authority takes place. That is something that I don't know if it really existed before. We've been told here at the Pentagon that there were protocols in place, that they were routine, and that they were always undertaken whenever something happened, whenever there was a temporary transfer of authority, whenever the Secretary of Defense was out of touch, let's say when he was out of communications reach. But now we're seeing this review being launched by the White House, and I think what's going to happen is you're going to see a standardization across all of the federal departments about exactly how to do this, because one of the things that's come out is that when last year Attorney General Merrick Garland had a medical procedure, everybody knew about it. It was made public instantly.
So, Elizabeth, have you ever seen anything like this before?
I'm befuddled that the White House Chief of Staff has to send an order to tell cabinet secretaries they need to inform them if they're not able to perform their duties. I feel like 20 years post 9/11 and all of the reforms that were put into place to make sure we had continuity of operations, to make sure that there was command and control, to make sure that if we have a bad day and decisions have to be made in a matter of seconds, that we have the ability to reach the president's most senior advisors, not just advisors. I mean, the Secretary of Defense has responsibilities on that bad day and needs to be able to make decisions quickly. And clearly, if you are incapacitated because you're very ill, you can't make those decisions. And when I review the details of what we know so far, and I'm sure there's more to learn here, the fact that even the Deputy Secretary of Defense didn't seem to know the full scope of the situation is concerning, because if you're operating as that number 2 position and you have a bad day, the first thing you're going to do is, hey, get the boss on the phone. I need to talk to them. So there are multiple failures here. I used to serve as the Deputy Chief of Staff at the Department of Homeland Security. This just boggles my mind that it happened. So clearly, either there's complacency that set in or people who didn't know how to do their roles, but it needs to be fixed.
So, Louis, will the Pentagon make public this 30-day review of its notification process? And what can we expect to learn? And are we ever going to learn what the heck was wrong with the secretary?
Let's address your last question first, Kara. Nobody I have talked to knows exactly what procedure Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin underwent. And it seems to be like if somebody knows, it's a very, very tight, small circle of information. But again, what happens now, you would think that the lesson is going to be learned when the Pentagon press secretary apologizes for not being transparent, that the Pentagon is going to have to release the results of this review in 30 days.
All right. We, of course, will continue to follow it. Louis, Elizabeth, thank you both so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.